Welcome to the Bettendorf Public Library's Take Home Workshop. This time around, we are going to be doing wire wrapping. So, wire wrapping is a pretty simple technique. If you're one of those people who goes on vacation to the beach, likes to go hiking on vacation, something like that, and picks up the pretty stones, then you bring them home and they sit in a bowl. Well, here's something else you can do with them. We are going to show you how to do some wire wrapping and make lovely jewelry out of them. So this one is just a piece of sea glass, similar to what you'll have in your kit. This one I did with a seashell. Looks like a piece of coral that we picked up on a vacation. I couldn't even tell you where, but we're wrapping it with wire, and then you can hang that and wear that as a pendant. So let's take a look and see what's in our kits. So in our kits, you will have, of course, a stone. Now, you don't have to use the stone we provide. If you have stones from vacations or, that have some sentimental value or that you just like the look of, you can certainly use anything else. This is sea glass. It's probably not authentic sea glass. It's probably mass manufactured sea glass. But it's the jagged edges actually make it a little bit easier to do wire wrapping than on something very smooth. So we're going to go with that today. It can come in any color, but in your kit you're going to find a piece that is green or blue or white. You're going to have some wire. So this is a 20 gauge jewelry wire. So jewelry wire comes in different sizes. The smaller the number, the thicker the wire. So this is 20 gauge and 18 gauge is going to be a little bit thicker, 16 a little bit more thicker, and then it gets thinner too. We chose the 20 gauge because it is thin enough that you can manipulate it with your fingers, but it is not so thin that it won't hold on to the glass. It won't, if you go to a 26 or 28, you have to wrap it a lot more to get the structural integrity that we need. So we went with the 20 gauge. And there's a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers. Now these are just standard needle nose pliers. Ideally you would have like a jeweler's pair, or a pair which might have rounded tips. But these work just perfectly well too. And if you're not familiar with needle nose pliers, they also have a spot right in there that is for wire cutting. So you're going to use this for some bedding, but also for wire cutting. The only thing that you will need to supply is a pencil of some sort or something round that is the diameter of a pencil. And then once your piece is done, you'll want to supply the cord that you're wearing it from. So those are the materials. Let's get started. To start our pendant, we are going to start by making the bail. The bail is the loop that hangs on the actual cord. So to do that, we're going to take our wire. We're going to find the halfway point by putting the ends together and then just pulling it tight like this. And we'll use our pencil or other round tool. And we're just going to wrap it around there. So it's two wraps. We're going to squinch those together. Then we're going to twist. We're going to give it a few twists. And slide our pencil out of there. So we're nice and tight so that pencil. So you have your bail and then a twisted area down there to hold your bail in place. Once your bail is made, from here on in, every project you do is going to be a little bit different because how you wrap the stone will depend on the shape of the stone. So I've switched to a white stone to make it easier to see against my green background here. But it's triangular shaped, it has a flat side, and then some really, I think, pretty interesting faceting on the front. So I'm going to make that faceting be the front of my stone, and I'm going to do it so that the tip of my rough triangle here is at the top. So we're going to position it there, and then we're just going to wrap the wire around it. Take one piece around one side, And the other piece around the other side. And it's going to move around on you a lot, and they're not necessarily going to go where you want them to, and that's okay because you have the option of bending them back into place later. So then we're going to take these around the back and we're going to give them a twist. So we've done that. Now that's not enough to secure our stone because it'll just fall right out the bottom there. So we're going to bring them up from the bottom and just give it a wrap around the bail. 1, 2. Okay, so now that is in there securely. It is nice, it is tight, it is snug. It's enough wire to keep the stone in place, but not so much that it obscures the stone. You can still see the prettiness of it. Now, you might have some spots where the wire is not snug against the stone. It might be kind of loose. And if that's the case, then all you need to do is get your pliers and bend that back in. Just like that. Now you'll see that brought my bail around, so I'm going to bend my bail up too. So it's just a matter of bending forwards and backwards and putting waves in where need be, just to tighten those things up. Now, if you're going to do that to tighten these wires, I'm going to do another one right here, just give it a little twist, and it's going to tighten that up. Now, if you like the look of that, you can have it on the front. That's what I did here, where on this piece of coral, where I needed to tighten these wires up, so I just put the wavy parts in front. And I really liked that look because to me, it made it wavy. Thought of the ocean, it's a piece of coral, it made sense to me. So in this case though, I want my wavy parts to be on the back. And so that's what I did. I tightened those up and back. So now we have these 2 pieces of wire left, and we have a couple options for these. We can wrap it around the bail a couple times and then snip it off real tight in there and then just pinch it in so that the loose end is snug in there. Or we can do a more decorative thing. So I'm going to cut it so that I have maybe about 1.5 inches of wire here. And using my pliers, I'm just going to curl the end a little bit. Pinch it down, and then I'm going to coil it. Okay, so once it's coiled as much as I want, then I'm going to take it, I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to put that one right down. Actually, I want it to go the other way. Right like that. And just bend it in place with my fingers towards where I want it to be. Then I'm going to do the same thing this one. I'm going to make this one a little shorter yet, because I'm going to bring this one in and sit it right there. So we just need a little piece. We're going to bend the tip, give it a squeeze. Coil it up, and we're going to bring that around, and I'm just going to push it right into place there. And there you have it. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my bail 90 degrees because you want the ring of the bail to be perpendicular to the face of your stone. That way your cord can just go right through there and you don't need an additional jump rings to get it to lay flat. So there's your wire wrapped piece of beach glass. Now, we want to see what you've done, whether you do it with the beach glass that's in your kit or if you do it with a stone or a seashell or something else that you have at your house that you like, we'd like to see it. So go ahead and take a picture and share it with us through Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.